Hi everybody, welcome to Caketastic Cakes. It's Jen and I'm going to show you today how to make a creepy black widow spider out of gum paste. Alright, it looks a little different, I know, but I'm trying something new, trying to clean up my act here. But here we go, getting into our spider. I love bugs, as you know, from my millipede video, and I wanted to do something else, so I did a spider. Technically not a bug, so don't get on me about that. But still, very fun to do. Start with a ball. As you saw, I pinched off a tip to make it a little pointy on the one end. This piece that I flattened out is going to be the body and the head combined. I'm going to use my tool to press a little bit on either side of the front. Just a little indent on either side. It's really hard to see, but it is there, just to separate kind of a head section, and the body was too long, so I cut it off. The actual body to the abdomen of the black widow is tiny in comparison to each other, so it's going to look really big and drastic like that. All right, this little, I don't know, tic-tac shaped piece here is going to become the jaws or the mandible or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to cut a triangle shaped wedge right out of the middle in order to separate it a little bit. So now she's got two little fangs, and it kind of looks like a little mustache on my finger there. And using water, just attach it to her face. Press down in the center to attach it to, so the segments stay separated, and then kind of smooth the sides into the rest of the head, so it all kind of blends together and it'll look nice. Okay, these are going to be eyes, little teeny tiny balls of gum paste. Keep them teeny tiny. And I have no idea how many eyes a black widow spider has, so I made 4 of them. I'm just sticking them on the front of her face in a row because I didn't care to look up how many she had, and if you guys want to, go right ahead. Yours will be more realistic than mine, but I think it works, and I just use that back of my paintbrush to press them into place gently. I didn't want to smush them. Alright, speaking of smushing, we're going to smush this piece out nice and thin, and then cut some long thin strips out of it, and those are going to be our legs. Now your spider and my spider are going to be different from all those other ones out there that you've seen, because our legs are going to stick up properly and not be all smushed and flat, looking like, you know, some people make their spiders that look like they got run over by a truck on the highway. They're just so flattened out and saggy and looking. They look terrible. Don't do that. Do my legs. They'll work better for you. I ended up making 8, coincidentally. Legs that I put out here, shape them like check marks, let them dry. It took maybe, I don't know, maybe a half an hour for them to dry, so just put them aside. And in the meantime, we're going to make the hourglass, but you guys probably already guessed that with the red on the board there, or the screen, whatever you want to call it. It was on my cutting board. Anyway, I rolled it out nice and thin, cut out a rectangle, and then either side of the long side of it, I cut a triangle shaped out, and then boom, there you go, got your hourglass. And when you position it, just lay it across her back, but more toward the back of her back, so the top part there only goes up about halfway of her back. And I did look at pictures of black widow spiders online, and it turns out they have all different patterns on them. I had no idea. Like, some have spots, or just an hourglass shape, or stripes looking things, and some are just kind of marbled looking. They're like really varied and cool. It's pretty neat. Anyway, we're going to attach the legs now. It's been a little while. They stiffened up. That is another little piece of black gum paste, kind of tic-tac-y shape. Pressed down in the middle, so we got those 2 wedges. It's almost like we're making the fangs again. And add some more water. You're going to make sure you have to have a decent amount of water on here. And then press the legs right into that soft gum paste. I'm using the veining tool, you can see, to kind of wrap and really press the leg in and make sure it's secured, because there's not a lot of gum paste holding against the body. So you got to be confident in what you've done there. Otherwise, a leg could fall off, and that would be just so awful and annoying. And the same thing for the front. And you can see I'm kind of positioning the legs so that the back 2 legs face toward the back and the front 2 legs are going to be facing forward. A lot of spiders naturally do have that position with their legs. They don't have them flailed out in, you know, every direction like a starfish or something. They go forward and backward typically. So that's what I'm trying to do, trying to keep my spider a little more realistic. And now I'm doing the other side, as you can see. Adding some water. Got to make sure there's enough water. Got to fix the leg. And when I press this leg on, you're going to see I'm going to put my finger against the body on underneath the other legs because it was moving them and I was nervous, and so Be careful when you attach them. You don't want to accidentally mess up the other side of your legs. So same thing over here. When you attach it, squish it on in there, position it properly, and you should be good to go. You just got 2 more legs, and once it's dry, it should be nice and stable and secure. You're gonna have to be careful with those legs because they do stick up, which is maybe why some people have them flat. But ours looks awesome, right? So stick it on a Halloween cake, stick it in your little brother's sock drawer just to scare him. I don't care. Have fun with it. It was fun to make. Please check out my other videos and don't forget to like and subscribe. And thank you for watching Caketastic Cakes.